Ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again to the channel. Today we're going to be looking at how to start up the new Piper Comanche 250 by A2A. This is a very complex aircraft, but we'll get right to the basics. We'll do the walk around and the startup, nothing more. So to do the walk around, all we need to do is go to the walk around page. We'll be using these arrows to cycle through the little sections of the aircraft. Before we do that, I just want to go ahead and turn on the battery and get my lights on as well. Okay, let's go ahead and turn on the navigational lights and the landing lights so we can properly inspect them in a bit. If you are running with a old battery, or if you think you're going to take too long, you might want to hop in the seat, hop out of the seat when it's time to inspect the lights to make sure that the battery doesn't die. For, this tutorial purposes, I'm just going to not care really about the battery state, alright? Let's go ahead. So here we are on the right wing flap inspection, so make sure that the flap is working. Okay, let's put it in one of the positions, make sure there is wiggle room. Okay, all good on this side. Go ahead now to the right wing aileron, make sure there's a bit of leeway here as well. It's all good. Now we have the landing lights and the navigational lights. This is the right wing, so we should have a green light, which is correct. Now under the right wing, go ahead and remove the tie down and inspect for any damage to the structure of the aircraft. No, it looks all good. Now we need to do is check the fuel. Uncap this, unscrew that. Here we go. And it looks like we have some fuel in there. Right, good. Go ahead and screw that back on. And close the lid. On to the next one. Now the wheel. Inspecting the wheel, make sure that the tire is in good shape. And we can remove the chocks as well. Now the central fuel sump. That's gonna be just opening this lid over here, inserting the bottle, making sure that the fuel, there we go, make sure that the fuel has this blue avgas color as it should. Okay, let's go ahead and do a second one. All we need to make sure here is that there is no water in the mixture. Okay, it should be looking blue as it is right now. Go ahead and close that. Right, at the propeller, just making sure the propeller is in good condition as well. No, nothing is broken, nothing is bent. Yeah, looks all good as well. Now for the oil check. Go ahead and unscrew this, unscrew that, and make sure that it's not above 9/4, which is not. Okay, the maximum recommended oil level is 9/4, so anything close to that is acceptable. In this case, totally acceptable. I like to keep it between 8 and 9. Nothing more, nothing less. Go ahead and close this. There we go. Now onto the main fuel tank, as we did on the other side, but this time on the left wing. Let's go ahead and unscrew that. Make sure there is avgas in there, so any blue liquid, there we go. Yep. Seems to be at least some sort of fuel in there. Sure it's closed and latched. Onto the left wing, to the wheel inspection, same as the other side really. Just making sure the tire is in good condition and we can remove the chocks. Now under the wing, making sure everything is everything is in good condition as it was on the other side, and all good to remove the tie down. Sweet. Same stuff as the other side as well. When the left wing lights, landing lights are on, and the navigational light in red, which is the left side, is also lit up. Aileron, same thing as the other wing, making sure there's a bit of leeway. And same thing with the flaps, making sure they are working properly, which they are, and that there is some leeway in them. Sweet. Right, just making sure that the static port is unblocked, so it's clear, which is. And finally, moving over to the elevator and rudder. There we go, both moving. And the static board on this side as well. It's clear. And if we wanted to add some baggage, we could, but we're just gonna leave it like this and hop back into the cockpit. So that is a walk around completed. Let's go ahead and start the aircraft. So the battery was already turned on from our light inspections. Just make sure and turn off these lights. Go ahead and remove the control lock so I can also hide the yokes and see better. Let's go ahead and get our fuel selectors to the on position, which we are right now. It's forward for the main tank. Crank the throttle just a little bit. Make sure our beacon is on. Let's take care of the fuel intake, okay? Let's go ahead and put the mixture to full. Get that fuel pump running. We should see some fuel pressure building in very soon. There we go. It is rising indeed. Okay, it's good. We can shut it down now. We don't need that for the start. Make sure that the area outside is clear. Make sure that your parking brake is set, which is, as you can see here. Turn the magnetos to both. And crank it. It's taking a while. Let's go ahead and try and bump this a bit. Bump the throttle. It's not going anywhere. We can stop that. Right, that was a failed attempt. Nothing to worry. It happens, and we'll continue with it. So pull the mixture back. Let's go ahead and try and inject fuel again. Turn on the fuel pump. Make sure we do have positive fuel pressure, which we do. And we are going to prime the engine about 4 times. It shouldn't be necessary to prime the engine with these temperatures outside. Really, realistically, only below 4 degrees we should be worrying about priming. However, it is seemed that it doesn't want to start, so we'll do about 4 strokes of prime. Okay, that should be good enough. Let's go ahead and try again. Oh. There we go. Bit of a rough start, but it got it going. Let's stabilize the RPM at about 800 to 1000 RPM. Make sure that the fuel pressure is positive, that we have oil pressure in the green. If we do not have any oil pressure within 30 seconds, make sure to shut that aircraft down. After the engine is started as well, you can turn on your avionics and get the aircraft ready to taxi and fly out of here. That is basically it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed and learned something, and safe flights to everyone. Take care. See ya!